Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie rock stars. Welcome, everybody, to Kindie Rockstars. I have a returning guest today, Esther Crow. Welcome back.
Hi, Patrick. Hi, everybody. So happy to be here again.
And we have a music video feature today for a song called Homemade Halloween. But before we get into that, it's been about a year since we had you on the show. So what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
Well, let's see. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think you had me on to discuss probably my last album, which was in 2021. And now it's 2022. And, I was busy, of course, doing some shows to support that last release. And then also I started writing some new songs. And I have an EP coming up. I've never done a short release. EP stands for extended play, which is so confusing to me because it's a shorter release, but yeah, long as opposed to LP long play. So I decided I just wanted to see what releasing an EP was all about. A little bit less material, but it doesn't feel any less overwhelming because I'm taking on some big subject matters and some very fun subject matters, but the umbrella of my work is still mostly focused on social and climate justice. Here we go. Climate justice now. And I released earlier this year for Earth Day, a song called Stuff. And that was all about trying to encourage families and anyone listening to my music to not buy so much stuff. We have a real overconsumption problem worldwide. And as most people know, a lot of that stuff, when we're done with it, just gets thrown into landfill. So that was what that song was all about. Just try to not buy so much, but also to give away stuff instead of throwing things away. Like, what could you do with an old t-shirt? You could either give it away, or you could make something out of it. You can make, for instance, a Halloween costume. So that will segue nicely into my first single, which came out on the 30th of September. And I thank you for helping to, this is going to be the world premiere of the video for that song. So the song is called Homemade Halloween. And again, it's about what can we do to, let's try to make our own costumes out of, maybe you have some shipping boxes, you've saved some cardboard and you want to make. I have a friend whose daughter wants to be a laundromat. So I said,
love it.
Don't you love that? He thought that she was just going to be like a pea pod. I think she's 2. And she said, I want to be a laundromat. So, and I know somebody else who wants to be a haunted house. Just save those, boxes, the shipping boxes. The costumes in Homemade Halloween were also made out of recycled cardboard. And I have to give props, no pun intended, costumes to the fabulous designer, the costume designer, Paul McMahon. He stepped in and made some really wonderful costumes for us for this. But am I getting off track here? Or is this good? No,
this is it. This is going to lead right into playing the video. So anything you want to tell everyone about it, how it came together, give any shout outs to the people who are in it?
Yes, for sure. Thank you. We'll start with the writing of the song. I wrote the song one day Totally spontaneously, the chorus came to me when my son Vincent, who's now 9 years old, he and my husband Dan play on, I think, almost every song, if not every song off of this EP, and they played on a lot of my music for my first album last year. And he was playing around on mandolin one day, and all of a sudden I heard this riff. And I said, we got to do something with that riff. And then the words just came out of me for the chorus, which you'll hear when you see the video. So I wrote the song around Vincent's mandolin riff, which was really exciting. And then I knew that I wanted it to be a really kind of, soulful rock, like a throwback kind of sound, like Led Zeppelin. So my husband Dan is really great he's a great guitar player and really great with that sort of, very hard rockin' sound. So he plays, I think, 2 different guitars on that. And then Dean Jones, shout out to engineer, wonderful Grammy winning producer Dean Jones, who I just have such a ball working with. He has a space echo machine, and he's got so much fun retro stuff in his studio. I mean, we're just like kids in candy store when we go to his studio. So he is responsible for all of those wonderful sound effects that you will hear in the song. And then the video. So I already mentioned Paul McMahon made these wonderful costumes. So what you'll see is I am a tree in this video. And then my husband is a spotted lanternfly, which I'm not sure how many states. Do you have them where you are?
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I think it's mostly an East Coast thing, maybe. Don't quote me, but we have a big problem here in New York City with the spotted lanternfly. And so one day we were just chatting, like, what are we going to do for the video? I knew that it was going to be me and Vincent, my son, and Dan, my husband, 3 of us in it. And Dan's like, I think, and I knew I wanted to be a tree. And Dan's like, okay, what if I'm a spotted lanternfly? And what if Vincent's a fly swatter? So Paul McMahon made these brilliant cardboard costumes for us, as you will see. And my face, I have this wonderful face paint that is courtesy of, her name is Lenore Koppelman, but she is known as Cheeky Chipmunk, which you can follow her on Instagram and see all of her wonderful face paint work. So I had her do some fiery face painting for me. So.
All right, excellent. Well, for everybody watching here on YouTube, we're going to play the video now for Homemade Halloween. If you're listening on the podcast, please enjoy the song. Here it is, Homemade Halloween by Esther Crow. And that was either the video or the song, depending on where you're watching or listening. Homemade Halloween by Esther Crow. All right, let everybody know where they can find that song, your upcoming EP, how they can connect with you, and your website.
Great. Thank you so much, Patrick. I would love it if you would go to YouTube. I would love some more subscribers on there. We have a lot of other fun videos on there too. So just under my name, Esther Crow. And my website is esthercrow.com. Join my mailing list if you want to stay in touch and be in touch with all the new things coming down the pike. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music, Amazon. I think I'm pretty much everywhere. And I'm really excited. I'm going to also release a holiday song. So this is big for me because I've never had a Halloween song and I've never had a holiday song. So again, and it all has to do with sustainability and climate consciousness and all of that. And then the EP itself, I'm not going to put a date to it yet because it might slide. But at this point, it's definitely going to be January, but I'm not sure of the exact date yet. But in January, it should be released. Full EP, 6 songs if we're lucky. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for letting us world premiere your video for Homemade Halloween here on the show. And I wish you the best of luck with that, the best of luck with your EP. And I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for having me. Always such a pleasure.
You got it.